Well, good evening. Good evening to you all, and a very, very warm welcome to the rebroadcasting of Camelot Castle TV network. Now, it's been a long time since we have seen some of you, and I do apologize for that. We have been working very, very diligently in relation to all the various different purposes and goals that I know many of you support out there. We're joined this evening, of course, by Julian Passler, who says, "Hello, I'm planning to visit you, my dear friend. What a place to see." Well, Julian, we'll very much look forward to your visit. And actually a lot of fans are coming to stay over the bank holiday weekend. And in fact, what we've done is we've blocked out all the rooms at Camelot Castle for friends of Camelot Castle TV network. And I do hope that some of you are going to be coming. I'm hoping that our dear friend Amanda Eliash, who is one of Britain's greatest living freedom fighters, will be able to join us. David Thornton is with us. This is marvellous. Very nice to see you, David. Eve Mulqueen is with us. Hello, Eve. How are you? Where are you all tuning in from? Now, as many of you know, the enemies of truth and the pushers of fear really can't stand the fact that we broadcast here live from Camelot Castle, and they've been doing everything they possibly can with their little internet tools of censorship. You can in fact now follow us again on Twitter. The account address is @RealJohnMappin, and you can find that in the Twitterverse. And I would really appreciate it if you could share this particular broadcast and just remind people that, you know, when all is looking perhaps not so positive, you will always find positive truth to be heard at Camelot Castle. And one of the reasons for that, of course, is because we were very, very blessed here, and we were among the very, very first people in this world to be given advanced information about Scientology and about some of the research that L. Ron Hubbard did in his journey to bring all of us the ultimate truths that are available for any being now to see. And as a celebration really for the expansion that we've had here over the last few weeks, and it's been a tremendously exciting time at Camelot Castle. I don't believe that we've had a bed free here at Camelot for the last 5 weeks. And it's been extraordinary, and we've had such marvellous, marvellous people coming to stay. Really, really wonderful. Look at all the people who are here with us. We've got Wayne Flanner joining us, Marina Zapata, that's fantastic. Dilys Hughes is with us from Southern California. Michelle Bademir, hello Michelle. David Thornton from Wales. Dimitri van der Bellen is contacting us from Georgia. Jackie McCormack is in Greece. Jackie, very nice to hear from you. And Angie Michelle Evans is with us. It's just very, very nice to see you all again. And if I could ask you, somebody says I'm looking well, and have I been on my keto diet? I have been on my keto diet. I did break it the other night. Somebody says I prefer the sofa. Well, I know, but you know what? Yeah, the sofa is nice, and we may go back to the sofa. We may go back to the sofa as opposed to using this green screen operation. I'm just experimenting really with that. I'm not convinced with the technology. Derek Collis says listening from Florida. Keith Marshall says hello. Michelle Merrick. Now, what I'd like all of you to do, because as we all know, the followers of Camelot Castle TV are highly telepathic. And one of the things that we as a group, and I'm not just speaking about, clearly I'm not just speaking about myself, or I'm talking about all of us, all of us have the telepathic ability to will good fortune to all of those people that we think about. And what I would ask you to do is to, when you see somebody's name come up on the screen, just will them a little bit of good fortune. Rob Coley from South Devon, look forward to popping down again. Eve McQueen says the sofa is better, and I don't disagree. Carly Miller says, hello John. David Thornton says, I'm on a diet as well. Lisa Jones, hello from Oregon. Diets are a bit annoying because, especially here at Camelot Castle, where we have the most delicious crumpet and treacle tart in the world, probably. I have been suffering here under my dear wife's really excellent diet regime. I have to be very polite about it, of course. But Richard Blackwell said, wonderful place you have. We stayed there in May. Well, as you can see behind me on the green screen, I thought I would give you a visual of Camelot and how it looks at the moment, really. We've got a lovely sunset here. Lana Hahn is tuning in from Vancouver Island. And Carl Williams says, hello, John from the Black Country. Elaine Down says, your eyes look really weird because of your Zoom background. Well, Elaine, how do you know I haven't just changed my eyes? You know, these could be my actual eyes. But in fact, of course, you are right. I am using a green screen thing, and I'm just slightly experimenting. And I just wanted to really talk to you all and to say, this August bank holiday, I think that's the last weekend of August, we have blocked out Camelot Castle, and we have put aside rooms for all those people have been saying to me, because I've been getting emails from people, from friends such as yourselves, saying we can't get into Camelot because it's so fully booked. So we have put aside all the rooms in the hotel for friends of Camelot Castle, and I think we might have a little party on the Saturday night. I've asked our team to get in some champagne, and for those of you that are from the television channel, you'd be more than welcome to join us for a drink at probably about 9 o'clock on Saturday night. And I might even arrange a disco. Now, I don't know if any of you out there are disco dancers. Maybe some of you like a bit of a disco. Anybody out here, does anybody enjoy a bit of disco dancing? You know, a little bit of boogie woogie? Because if you do, now you see we've got Jasmine Tooley, hello from Bury St Edmunds, desperate to come back again, fireworks again by any chance. You know what, that's a very good idea, and of course saying that to a pyromaniac such as myself is very, very tempting, but I've got to speak to my man. Anyway, somebody says, Thrival Instinct says that yes, they do boogie woogie. They do like a bit of disco dancing. Rachel likes a bit of a boogie woogie. Lucy Foster Peterson says, we're 8 hours away. Yes, but you know, Lucy, it's not how far you're coming. It's who you're coming to and where you're coming to. Jill Arman likes boogie nights. Lucy Foster likes boogieing. Richard says, we came in May because you said no masks and no BBC. Well, you know, I have noticed there are an awful lot of people in the country who think that Halloween has come early this year. And they're wandering around wearing these very peculiar masks. And I keep asking them, you know, is Halloween early this year? Because there's no requirement at all to wear these masks. Of course, in my case, I have these hidden disabilities, you know, which bring me out in hives if I start wearing these masks. But a tremendous number of people, I think they must watch way too much television, well, they think that Halloween has come early this year, and they're walking around in these sort of Halloween-y style masks, terrifying the children, of course. And my view is that let's just get on with life. And let's just, continue to be as positive as we possibly can. And what Ryan says, they're brainwashed. You could be right. You could be right. There's a lot of it around at the moment, a lot of brainwashing around at the moment. A lot of people, see, my definition of brainwashing, I don't know if you have a definition of brainwashing. My definition is the minute you accept somebody else's information without checking it for yourself, at that point you've probably been brainwashed. And you should probably self-inspect and unwash your own thoughts and your own mind. One of the great tools, by the way, for de-brainwashing yourself, by the way, just in case you're interested, is Dianetics and Scientology. And that is a fabulous, fabulous way to straighten out your thoughts and clear. You've probably heard that in Dianetics and Scientology you can achieve a state called the state of clear. And it's a beautiful, beautiful state to achieve. It gives you a fantastic memory, incredible state of mental clarity. And actually the process of clearing somebody is, funnily enough, it's an unbrainwashing process, because what Hubbard realized was that for many, many centuries, in fact, probably a little longer than that, man has been being subjugated or subjected to various different mental tortures and mental mechanisms and ways of making him believe things that really he didn't need to believe in order to survive. And this causes havoc with the mind. And this is one of the reasons that people get depressed, of course, is that they get into a muddle in the mind. And they start believing things that aren't necessarily true. And they start going for solutions that don't necessarily work. Very often you'll say to your doctor, well, I'm feeling a bit depressed. And you know what they do is they'll put you on these antidepressants and they'll sell those to you at vast profit, of course, to the pharmaceutical companies. Now, of course, as we all know here at Camelot TV, all the pharmaceutical companies are completely ethical, and there is no way that any drug manufacturer would ever want to profit from an unethical activity. And in fact, I don't believe there's ever been a case where a pharma company or a drug manufacturer has ever been successfully sued for doing anything wrong at all. Very rare, because of course all other types of companies do tend to get into trouble and they do get sued if they do things wrong. But as far as I know, perhaps somebody could correct me out there if I've got that wrong. You'll have to check this for yourself. You'll have to check it for yourself. But the good thing is that when you go to work for a big pharma company, you have to be a very ethical person. And these people would never do anything to harm us. I'm led to believe this. Now, I think I may have to do some of my own research into this. I may have to look into it and find out if there are in fact examples of Poppy, hello, how lovely, lovely to see you. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. Now, Hope Sure says, Jesus washes you clean by his dying on the cross for our sins. That's God came from heaven to earth to show the way. You're absolutely right, Hope. And for those of you out there that are Christians, as I'm a Christian, I would certainly encourage any Christian activity, and that can be something that really helps improve things. But there have been some significant breakthroughs since Christ walked the earth. And of course, Christ implored each and every one of us to do our best to match his works and to, in fact, exceed what he did for mankind. So this is very, very interesting. And if you study your scriptures, Christ implores people to make their own efforts to help mankind. And in 1950, the breakthrough of Dianetics, and then later in 1951, the breakthrough of Scientology came along. And of course, one of the things is that we were just so blessed to be able to find out about that. And I don't want to bang on about that, but it is just so, so helpful because it is a solution, and a very rapid solution, to the brainwashing that has been going on for a very long time. The last 2 years actually have been a ramping up of the brainwashing, but it has been a very, very useful thing. Now, Sue Head, hi from Bristol, you are making me laugh. Pharmaceutical companies are angels. Well, this is what I've been led to believe, Sue. I've been led to believe this. And it's very important, don't take my word for it. I'm telling you that there is nobody in Big Pharma that would ever try to do anything to harm you or your family or children. They would never do anything like that. They would never be money motivated in any way. I'm saying that these are very benign people. These are good people. These are wonderful people. But you do your own research. You do your own research. Now, one of the things that you can do is we decided to slightly recreate our Telegram channel, which is now, you can find it, Camelot TV Network dash Heralds. And what we've decided to do is we've created so many friends of Camelot Castle out there, we've decided to appoint all of you as heralds of Camelot Castle. Now, what is a herald? And why are heralds so important? You've probably noticed that the media in the world today is very censored. And in the old days, 2 years ago, you could more or less, free speech was something that existed. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful thing. You could say whatever you wanted to say. If you had a thought, you could say. You couldn't say things about other people that weren't true, but you could more or less say whatever it is that you wanted, and you had freedom of speech. Today, in the modern world, which began about 2 years ago, the modern world, in the modern world, you cannot do that. Now, in ancient times, when obviously King Arthur created the Round Table, what he did is he had a group of heralds. And of course, you hear about the knights of the Round Table, but you had various different strata of structure. And the knights, in fact, there were an awful lot of them, far more than 24 at our table. It seats 24 at the Round Table. But there were actually far more than 24 knights. There were several thousand knights. And there were probably about 10,000 heralds at any one time in Arthurian Britain. And what these were a communications network, and it was the way that the country was administered. And not that we have any wish to administer this country, not in the slightest actually. We frankly would far rather not have to communicate on any matters concerning the administration of this country at all. We would much prefer that the politicians continue to do the wonderful jobs that they're doing and that they get it right. But in an age of censorship, what we thought, and I don't know if you like the idea, is if I was to appoint each and every one of you as heralds, or as friends of Camelot. You can call yourself a herald. If you do something particularly fantastic, we will make you into a knight. Of course, we did knight Donald Trump. And earlier than that, we knighted Nicolas Cage, funnily enough. And, they very much appreciated that. To become a knight of Camelot, you've got to do something pretty marvellous and demonstrate great vigour in your noble urges. But what I would say, and to become a herald is not a difficult thing. And if you would like to join our Telegram group, that actually qualifies you to be a herald. Now, what should a herald be doing? A herald should be participating and sharing this information. So, for instance, if you click on share on your broadcast, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can do it there, or if you're watching us wherever you're watching us, you can do it in those spots. It would just be really, really helpful, because if we create a network of truth, then those people that are trying to censor us, honestly, they can't do anything. And the other thing that I would really like to find out there is I'm looking for somebody that could possibly come and live here at Camelot Castle, or live in Tintagel locally, or a local person who is very, very interested in social media, because what we want to do is we want to not just broadcast on Facebook and on YouTube, because there is still, I've heard, some level of censorship on those platforms. What we want to do is we want to explore some of these newer platforms, such as Rumble, such as the various other different platforms that one can go on to. And yeah, that is a goal of ours. We would like to do that. And if there was somebody out there, as you can tell from my rather pathetic attempt at doing a green screen, it must be driving you all mad. I do apologize, it's driving me mad, to be honest with you, looking at it. If there is somebody out there that is a technical genius, the beauty, you know, what we bring to the table at Camelot Castle is a fabulously connected network. You would be amazed who follows our Telegram group and receives the information that we put out on that Telegram group. You would be completely amazed. So that's my news. If anybody has any questions as to what's been going on, do please contact me. And I'm a little bit, you see, Watsy May says, well said, John, Big Pharma are a friend to the people and have never acted in an unethical way. You know what, Watashi, I think you're right. And I think if you out there do your research, if you can find anything that anybody working in pharma has ever done that's unethical, I personally would be very, very shocked. Roger Lyle. Now, Roger is a very, very important man in the village of Tintagel. Please follow him on Facebook, and he has a Facebook group called The Village Voice, which I would invite each and every one of you to follow. The Village Voice, and it's a fantastic group. And it's really Roger's, an extension of Roger's media empire. Roger is actually a successful actor. He is also chairman of the parish council, and he is a unifier, a great, great unifier, and he's incredibly entertaining man and great fun. And he came to our wonderful fireworks event the other night. Now he has asked, why is there a banana skin hanging from the sky? The banana skin is not, in fact, a divine installation having anything to do with bananas. That, in fact, is part of a light fitting that is refusing to be obscured by the highly technologically advanced blue screen technology, Roger. So I hope that answers your question. Tony Cato, great to see you back, John. Well, thank you. Do share this broadcast and let everybody know. We never went anywhere. We just sometimes, you know, in life, you have to focus on the things that are needful. And, you know, we achieved a tremendous amount with Camelot Castle TV during lockdown. And what we just did is we just took a few days to consider, well, more than a few days, actually, about a month and a half to consider, you know, how it all goes. Now, well, Tony Cato says, hello from sunny Weston Supermare. And I don't know if anybody's been to Weston Supermare. It's a fantastic spot. Nicole Aldworth says hello. Dave Collis says, can't wait to come back to Camelot, John, from here in Florida. Derek Collis and I love it there. Stay strong. Dave, looks like you're a police officer. Absolutely fantastic. See, Carly Miller says, I believe God sent us Scientology tools to self-actualize our great potential. Carly, you don't know how spot on you are. And the more you study Scientology, the more you see how Jesus and the Buddha and Muhammad and all the great religious leaders have been working hand in hand to ensure that L. Ron Hubbard was able to actualize and to bring into its full manifestation the science of Scientology. And you're absolutely right, Carrie. No doubt about that at all. That is one of the most astute observations. It's so astute, I'm going to read it again actually. I believe God sent us Scientology tools to self-actualize our great potential. No kidding. That is exactly my view too. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Pauline Boyd says, John, you look like a hologram. Well, perhaps we're all holograms in our own way. And but this is really, I'm just experimenting with some green screen technology. Michelle Blom says, hello, John and all. Richard Harwood says, use BitChute. Yes. Kim Martin says, they are saying now that King Arthur was the real deal. The baddies wrote off a lot of our history. We've been lied to for hundreds of years. You may well be right, Kim. You may well be right. But you know, bear this in mind, is that if each and every one of us is an immortal being, occupying the body as an eternal spirit, King Arthur is still around somewhere. And, you know, they describe King Arthur, of course, as the once and future king. They do describe him like that. And, you know, if he was immortal in 600, well, obviously he'd still be immortal now. And so the real interesting question is, where is King Arthur today? And what might we do? What might each of us do to help him with his mission? Alexandra Halpin says, Rumble and BitChute are great platforms. Tarina Ezrael says, I'm banned at the moment. I'm on Telegram. Going to get Rumble. You know what I would really appreciate? Really try to get people to subscribe. There's also, by the way, for those of you that like to participate in the brainstorming that is Camelot Castle, there is another group, which is the Camelot TV Network Heralds chat, the chat group. And you will find that if you subscribe to the TV network, I'll promote both groups. And please ask as many people as you can to subscribe to the chat group, because, you know, we just like, you know, we believe in the free flow of communication, the free flow of ideas. And what I do is I get sent a ton of stuff from all over the world, not just from the UK, but from America, from Russia. As you know, my wife and I are very, very close to the Russian administration. And I really appreciate what the leaders of Russia are doing, and of course what President Putin is doing, and the sensitivity with which he has been helping his people. Many of you will have noticed how well the president of Belarus has been doing over the last 2 years. Fantastic, fantastic country. And so we're getting information from all over the world. And what we like to do, Pauline Boyd says, what is the channel's title on Telegram? Now, I will just try and share the link. I don't know if I can do this. Let me just copy this to the clipboard. See, it all gets a bit technical for me. And here we go. I'm going to try and put up, this is the link. There you go. I've put it up under with your photo there, but that is the link. This little link here is the Telegram link. This is the Telegram link. Now, somebody says they've got bad audio. I don't know. Roger Lyle says, I prefer the idea of a banana. Roger, I like bananas as well. And from, you know, Roger, let's just say it is a banana. You know, the thing is about us artists, we can tap into our imagination, and let's just say that above the skies of Tintagel, there is suspended a divine banana, or a golden banana. Let's say that. Nicola Aldworth says the Light newspaper is brilliant. Yes, we do have those at Camelot. Oliver Page. Now, Oliver Page, as you can see from his photo, my pixels are improvable. You're absolutely right. It's a guy. I am the most useless technical person. I don't know, anybody out there is also a bit useless with the technical stuff. I am so useless with technical stuff. But this man, Oliver Page, who is one of England's greatest, I would say one of Albion's greatest freedom fighters, because he's a true son of Albion. Oliver Page is somebody who, he was actually a star in the movie The Titanic. In The Titanic. And with Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate, I forget her name, but there was an actress in there, Kate Winslet, of course, that's her name. And Oliver Page was the butler on the Titanic, and it's quite a big role actually, big starring role, and he shot to fame and recognition in Hollywood, and I happen to know Oliver because we actually acted in a Shakespeare play once together, and I can't remember what my role was, but it was something or other, and I can't remember what his role is, but I know we were in Hamlet. But there we go, in Hollywood, and we were in a play together one time. That's a little while ago now. I think that's about 1992, 1993. Oliver, I'm not exactly sure. Green screen, just like NASA. Well, there you go. Not just like NASA, but now we've got Freedom Lover here. Good to see you again, John. Good to see you too, Freedom Lover. Now, so Georgia Sophia Henderson says, I know someone who could do social media. How does she go about having a conversation on this? Just send me an email. Send me an email. I'm looking for someone that's really clever with the old social media. I wouldn't mind moving to Tintagel and, coming to help us out with the expansion of Camelot Castle TV network. Ron Hatcher likes Rumble and BitChute. Trina Erswell says this and that. I will do. Good. Now, John O'Shaughnessy says, I will be coming to Cornwall in the next 2 weeks, staying with my brother in Port Isaac. Would love to visit Camelot Castle. Well, Port Isaac, well, right now, if you see behind me, we're looking north, or towards Devon, actually. But the other way, if the camera was pointed in the other direction, of course, we would be looking at Port Isaac. Port Isaac is really the next door fishing village, and it's a lovely spot to be staying. And just by all means, come by for a cup of tea. Let them know at reception that you're here, and I'll come and say hello if I'm around. Yes, Jotty Hughes says, I'm looking like a hologram this evening with a misty image behind me. Well, certain people believe that, of course, we are all, in fact, holograms and various different guises. The problem that I've got is that yes. Was I Lysander? Was that my role? I think it was. Or were you Lysander? I was somebody in Hamlet. Yes. And Oliver, you were Demetrius. You're absolutely... Oh, and it wasn't Hamlet. It was A Midsummer Night's Dream. Well, there we go. So that is what that is. Anybody can reach me over Twitter. I answer my PMs on Twitter, and that is real John Mappin. So I just want to say that we are about to enter one of the most positive phases of this Earth's history. But it is dependent, and it is not a given that this will occur. What we need to do is we need to up our level of communication. Now, each and every one of you have different capacities. Oh, I believe that is my son. Yes, darling? What are you doing? I'm doing a broadcast from my new broadcast. Oh, I've got to go and open the door for my son Caspian, and I'm sure he'll want to say hello to you all. Hang on 1 second. Hello, darling.
Hi.
Are you going to come in and just say hello, because I'm in the middle of a broadcast? Are you happy to say hello here?
What? We're not outside.
Well, this is what we call a green screen, Caspian, and it's a very clever way of broadcasting, because we can give the appearance of sitting out there on the cliff, whereas it actually looks like your head's coming out of the sea at the moment. And but actually, people don't actually know where we are, do they?
Mm-mm.
See, what our viewers think is, oh look, see, Katrona Byford says, hello, Caspian. What would you like to say for Katrona?
Hi.
Well, she's saying hello. And Carly Miller says hello, Caspian. Hello from Florida. What would you like to say to Carly?
Hi. How come the green screen can be so clever?
Well, I don't know, Caspian. I am not very technical, but I will show you something quite funny. You see, we've actually just transported ourselves onto a lovely beach in the middle of the Caribbean. And then there's something else we can do here. There we go. What do you think about that? Now, we're here now. Here we go. Trina says, you've grown, darling.
Yeah, I did grow.
How big have you gotten now? How big have you gotten now?
Well, if I stretch.
So Suhez says, lol, we do know where you are now because when you walked away, we saw the fireplace. Okay. Well, you don't know where the fireplace is, do you? Nathan Bone says, hello, John. Love your videos. Seeing my good friend, business partner, Nettie Wilson in August. We run boodful.com. Would love to pop down and grab lunch, and if time allows, lovely to say hi. We love people from Bude, don't we, Caspian? We were just up in there. There's a fantastic garden centre in Bude, owned by a friend of ours, Derek. Brooks Garden Centre, lovely spot. Now, should we put let's just put the thing back on. There we go. Oh, where are we now?
Flying in the sky.
Flying in the sky above Camelot Castle. Now, Sotrios Plaginos says, hello, Caspian from Greece. Do you know where Greece is?
No.
Greece is a little place, and it's where civilization began, Caspian, and it's down in the Mediterranean, not far from Saint-Tropez. Well, not that close to Saint-Tropez, really, but it's in the same sort of spot. It's on the.
I even lost 2 teeth here.
Wow. Well, that is true because people haven't seen you since you.
And these
Yes.
are my new teeth.
Those are your new teeth, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, can I tell everybody?
Yeah.
It's Monty's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it his birthday?
Well, we need to go to him.
Okay, it's we have a new puppy. Just explain to everybody why I've got to come.
Because it's his birthday, our puppy's birthday.
Okay, it's the puppy's birthday, so I'm going to say goodbye. And let's just keep communicating. If you could subscribe to the channels, on the Telegram channel, that's where we can tell you all the really good meat and potatoes. So what I would ask you is subscribe to the Telegram channel, and we will see you very soon. And right now we're going to go and help Monty with his birthday. All right, nice to see you all. Thank you.